Okay, so in the vicious flower diagram, one of the things that we talked about was the idea of trying to push your thoughts away. And I was saying how that doesn't work and it just contributes to the problem. So what I want to do now is I want to show you a little experiment that demonstrates that. And actually what I want you to do is I want you to join in with this. So wherever you are, hopefully you can get up and find a door. Hopefully you'll still be able to hear or see what's going on. So what I want you to do is get to a door, and I want you to go to the door and imagine that there's stuff the other side of the door that you really don't want to get in the room. So I want you to close the door and I want you to push really hard against the door to make sure that the other stuff that's the other side, you know, the kind of nasty stuff that you don't want in the room, doesn't get in the room. So push really hard, okay? And now what I want you to do is I want you to ignore the door. Now, what most people do when I ask them to do that is they do what I've just done, they let go of the door. But what I want you to do is I want you to push on the door, make sure nothing gets through the other side, carry on making sure that nothing bad gets in the room, and at the same time I want you to ignore the door. It's not very easy, is it? In fact, it's virtually impossible to ignore the door and to not have the door bother you if you're pushing against it. So what's the point of me showing you that? This is just to try and demonstrate to you that this is what you're doing when you're trying to push your thoughts away. When you're trying to have them not come into your head, or you're trying to get rid of them by pushing them, you're actually remaining more in contact with the thoughts. And what we want to try and do over time, try and get you to do differently, is I want you to try and start ignoring the thoughts. Not pushing them away, trying to get rid of them, which keeps you in contact with them and therefore makes them bother you more, but just letting the thoughts be there without pushing them away.